And no, here's what's going to happen. In France today, when you enter the labor force, the employer must give you 5 weeks of paid vacation. It's a law. Everybody gets it. Americans don't even fantasize ever having such a thing. But of course, we live in the country everybody else wants to move to. Yeah, no, we don't. College is free. In most European countries now, college is free. No tuition, no fees, no nothing. And they all have a birth to death health insurance also. All of those things are going to be taken away because you're compensating for whatever taxes you put on the corporate sector. They will be compensated by not having to give you a paid vacation. They'll be compensated by not having to give as much money to the health system, which will then be contracted the way the British have done with their National Health Service. The only way the Europeans could ever escape from what I'm saying is if they all got together. And under the control of the United States for the last 50 years, they have been sure not to do that, to allow their little petty nationalisms, because that's what they are, petty nationalisms, barely 200 or 300 years old. 200 years ago, there was no Germany, there was no Italy, and on and on. Those things are modern creations. The indulgence of this nationalism, that's all going to dissolve. The British made an effort to save their dying empire by declaring not Russia, Europe was the enemy, and 10 years ago, they left Europe with Brexit. They can't get together for nothing. This is a pathetic group of countries going into the historical dustbin, and it is something we ought to, in a peculiar way, mourn as well as celebrate. Celebrate because Europe's role in the history of the world over the last 500 years is a horrible story of whopping wars that the world had never seen before, world wars. Nobody had ever achieved that one before, and colonialism. Those two lovely achievements will forever. But now we're seeing Europe finally, after half a millennium, 500 years, reverting back to what it was, a squabbling group of different tribal organizations unable to work together. The Goths, the Franks,